So we're the Battlefords half-mile flat track association. We're at the Ag Society Fairgrounds here in North Battleford, and we're going to do some flat tracking today. Flat tracking is going fast and turning left. You can do it on any motorcycle. There's vintage, there's modern bikes. It's a little different than motocross. There's no jumps. It's a really old form of motorcycle racing that's trying to make a comeback.
Flat track racing goes back to the turn of the century, back when motorcycles were invented. They ran on pretty much like bicycle tires, and there was really no graders back in the day, so they built tracks out of 2x4s, and they called them velodromes. But what happened is the tracks started to, nails come out, people got hurt and killed. It got very dangerous. So by like probably the 20s, 30s, graders were invented, and people were starting to build these old horse tracks that we're on right now. So they started a motorcycle race on these old, they kind of called them barnstormers a little bit, and it progressed, and it's predominantly a US sport. That's where it come from, and we didn't do a lot of it in Canada back at that time, but it progressively came up here into the 60s and 70s. So in a nutshell, really that's what it's all about, and Flat Track Canada puts on events in Ontario, and they're going great guns over there, and we're just slowly moving forward and loving every minute of it.
I grew up on a farm when we had motorcycles on that, so in high school I started working at a shop, and that kind of led from one thing to another, and I started motocross back in the 70s and raced snowmobiles, ATVs, three-wheelers, watercraft, and now I do vintage motocross and vintage flat track most of the time. Flat track I've been racing for about the last 15 years. And the track here at North Battleford is unbelievable. It's one of the the nicest facilities that we attend every year. So love coming here.
Our riders are lined up. They're giving the nod. Great starts all day. He's gonna make Don Galloway chase him a little bit. Don's going up high. Chuck's fighting back. He's fighting hard through two. Don takes him on the outside.
Just a ton of fun, and a bunch of old guys and young. We got I think one fella, young guy, 7 years old, and I think the oldest is going to be in that early 60s. Oh yeah, oh sorry, I forgot the girls. We're getting more and more all the time. First year we had none, last year we had two, and we got quite a few more this year, and it's a family event, and that's what we're promoting.
Okay, so I entered last year at the last minute and borrowed a friend's bike. And there was only 2 of us in the class, so I ended up winning, but I didn't go too fast, so don't get your hopes up this year. There's some really fast girls out there this year. So I'm here with my son. So his name's Axel. He's 9 years old, and he's been racing motocross for, well, since he was 4, and he's 9, so like 5 years. This is his 2nd year at the Flattrack Races, and this will be his first time on the big track.
My name is Axel, and these are my friends. This is my friend Maddox. It's his first time racing. This is my friend Chase. He races with me all the time. And this is Larson. He races 65s.
My son loves dirt bike racing. It's his favorite activity to do. It's his favorite sport. He's made so many friends doing this. I don't know, he had an interview last year and he said the best part of it was hitting jumps and winning trophies. So, I don't know, he loves it.
A lot of these parents here with their little kids all ride themselves, and they want their children, and I was no different with my son. I had him riding at a very early age, and safety was paramount, and you learn respect at an early age that these things will hurt you. And when you turn 16 and you get out on the street and you go out and buy the biggest motorcycle you can find, you know that this thing will hurt you and or kill you. And to me, it's a life skill. It teaches you a lot of different skills in driving, in life, in other vehicles. You get a completely different perspective on a motorcycle than you do in a car. And safety is at the utmost. And
I mean, the little kids on the bikes, it's safe. I mean, these little kids are out every weekend racing the motocross tracks, doing crazier things than what we're doing here today.
Well, the worst wipeout ever is when I put a hole through my leg at Minneapolis in the United States. But in Regina, I was right here, and another guy was right here, and I kind of went into his wheel and fell. But then I got right back up. I almost passed him still.
Closes the gap a little bit in 3. Continues to go up high, Bodhi down low.
My name is Bodhi Edie. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Warman, Saskatchewan. I've been racing motorcycles since I was about 5 years old, so quite a while now. Started off in the little 50s and started doing the motocross thing, and I got into road racing, and that's kind of where my career's taken me. I'm a professional motorcycle racer for Yamaha Canada and Parts Canada this past year. So I raced the National Canadian Series CSBK on a Yamaha R1 1000cc superbike. And so that's definitely a bit different. You know, you lean over, you're on pavement, your knees are on the ground, and the speeds are obviously a lot more then, right? But motorcycle racing is motorcycle racing. You get used to it and you apply everything where it needs to be applied and just have a blast with it.
This Bodhi kid is smooth. He dances around this track. I believe I heard him called the Fred Astaire Flattrack back in the pits.
My name is Brock Shurry. I was born and raised here in North Battleford. I've been racing dirt bikes since I was 3 years old. I was the youngest professional motocross racer in Canada at the age of 14. My dad actually used to race professionally, and we own a bike shop here, so got some bikes for sale, and always teaching motocross schools and stuff as well, as you can probably see on my jersey. So I've pretty well taught every kid that's kind of pitted over here, and as long as the kid can throw a leg over a motorcycle, or you could be 50 years old. I taught a 63-year-old how to ride this year. So anybody can do it. It's never too late.
Here we go.
Growing up with my dad, of course, he's a motorcycle guy the whole time, so that's how I got into it originally. And being in that family, you know, you're always at the track every weekend. That's how you spend your summer, and just having fun, all different bikes, just learning.
Hi, I'm Cully Klyde from Unity, Saskatchewan, and love this flat track business. So I was riding with my dad when I was 3, and I got my first bike when I was 8. He had lots of bikes when we were growing up, and we just kind of followed suit. It became addicting, which it's good. I'm the division leader for the North Battleford division. We're kind of a group of all like-minded individuals. We got snowboarders, skateboarders, tattoo artists, motocross, flat track. If it's like extreme sports, we've probably got a member that does it. And then we get together, we do some charities and different things, skate contests for the kids. And we got like guys and girls. Our oldest member right now, he's in his mid-30s, but youngest, we've got 16 is what we've got for an age limit with our division. There's a lot of good kids that are like really good at snowboarding and skateboarding, so we try to promote that as much as we can. And like growing up, we needed a role model or something too, and this is good because it keeps them out of trouble. And all those young guys were the ones here flagging today, so that was awesome. I was really impressed with our guys today. It was great.
It's amazing, like just to get everybody out, and we were camping here. We all stayed last night. It was my birthday. So yeah, we just kind of get all together. There's people from Saskatoon, Regina. I've kind of put on my Facebook to get everyone from the community out here, and I don't know, something fun to do.
Every town's got a half-mile chuck wagon track from the old rodeo days. Put a little bit of time and effort in. You can have a weekend race in every small town across Saskatchewan.
It's a great family. Like, I've traveled lots of the world and all over Canada and the United States racing motorcycles, and it's the same thing everywhere, right? The family is one little group of people that travel around, and you get to know everybody, and it's really great people.
You know, once you bring the families in, then you land up with like a real fan base coming out, you know, because one kid will bring 5 people, and one adult brings, you know, maybe their girlfriend or something, right? So
when I rolled in on my first race, I was racing against a guy that was 72. And I was like, you know, that was pretty cool because he was giving us advice, and then these young kids, they all left with a smile on their face. And it's just, it pulls everybody together. And it doesn't matter, you're racing against each other, but they're always helping you in the pits. Like I had some bike issues today, and I had one guy over my shoulder helping me out with it the whole time. And you know, he was racing against me in the next heat, which was awesome. It's everybody pulls together, and it's kind of a big family thing, which it is. My brother, younger brother, and I, we race together, so that's pretty cool. And beside us, there's brother-in-laws and cousins. It's awesome, so a lot of fun.
So I'm going to stay here and continue to do this as long as I can. But in other areas of province, I would really like flat track racing to take off, and I believe it will if we can put on good events like this, have these people come and have fun and go home with a smile. We kind of eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff, and we like the track, like the smell of dirt, like the smell of racing gas, you know, and it's a way of life.
So we're really trying to grow the sport, get more people into it, and then hopefully every little town across Saskatchewan and Alberta has a horse racetrack that gets used very little, you know. So we want to use them. We want to come out and we want to wreck your tracks.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on maxTV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.